Hello everyone, and welcome to my Young and Restless official. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. According to Thursday, March 13th's recap of The Young and the Restless, Sharon Newman and Phyllis Summers create a trap for captors, while Billy Abbott and Nick Newman will get a spooky riddle. Billy will click on the link that was emailed to his phone at his house, which purports to provide additional information on Havenhurst Psychiatric Clinic. Billy will follow along with Nick as they view the picture of Sharon and Phyllis in captivity that can be found on that page. Eventually, Billy will click another button at the bottom of the screen, bringing up a message with a spooky clue and a skull. The question, who will pay the price to save the life of the mind, will be discussed by Nick and Billy. Billy and Nick will encounter Phyllis and Sharon at Havenhurst when they get in the car. Chance Chancellor will also be contacted, but Nick and Billy will already be in there and won't wait for the police. The lock will only trigger an alarm when Sharon and Phyllis attempt to pick it to escape while they are in captivity. In order to bring that final hint on a card, Phyllis and Sharon will soon discover the kidnapper must have sneaked in while they were asleep. Perhaps they should alternate sleeping while the other stays awake in secret. Sharon will propose. In this manner, Sharon and Phyllis may attempt to apprehend their kidnapper. Phyllis would suggest that since turning off the camera might compel the kidnapper to appear, they should merely locate it. Sharon will be concerned about breaking the captor's regulations, but Phyllis will essentially tell them that if they follow the rules, they would never be able to go. Phyllis and Sharon will ultimately decide to cooperate in preventing the captor from keeping an eye on the experiment. Jack Abbott and Diane Jenkins Abbott will be ecstatic by the news of Tracy Abbott and Alan Lawrence's engagement at Crimson Lights. Alan, who is probably his warped twin Martin Laurent, Christopher Cousins, will toast Tracy and give her the ring he recently purchased for her in a GCAC suite. Due to his desire to marry Tracy as soon as possible, Alan will also want to discuss wedding preparations. Alan would assert that he can't imagine his life without Tracy after reflecting on how she has changed him. Despite the constant pinging of notifications about all the commotion in the clinic, Alan's phone will continue to focus on Tracy and their romantic moment. On Thursday's episode of YNR, Adam and Victor Newman will have a charming discussion about their relationship's progress at the Newman Ranch. Victor will be pleased with his son's romantic updates since Adam will also anticipate that things will go well with Chelsea Lawson. Chelsea will host Chloe Mitchell for breakfast in the meantime and acknowledge that, although not being formally back together with Adam, they are on the verge of doing so. If this is what Chelsea truly wants, Chloe will surprise her by saying that she's glad for her. Chloe will simply follow Chelsea's advice because she has discovered that her cautions are inconsequential. Chelsea will tease Adam about not blowing it before they kiss after Adam learns that Chloe has blessed their reunion. Don't miss what's in store for Chelsea and Adam as they attempt to navigate this new chapter together, according to spoilers for The Young and the Restless. Here are the spoilers for Thursday, March 13th, 2025's episode of The Young and the Restless. Fans can anticipate Jack Abbott confessing to Diane Jenkins Abbott in tomorrow's episode. Phyllis Summers and Sharon Newman, meanwhile, understand that the stakes are far greater than they were previously. Let's discuss what will happen in the upcoming episode of the CBS soap opera as you continue reading. Bombshell kidnapping. Who is the enigmatic individual behind the speaker, fans have been wondering. Who is responsible for forcing Phyllis and Sharon to play this game? At the conclusion of Wednesday's program, fans were finally informed. Note that it's unclear whether this individual is Martin Laurent or Alan Laurent. Although Martin was thought to have passed away, there has been conjecture ever since over Alan's potential death. Martin was the terrible twin, and Alan was the good one. Again, Alan may not have been as kind as he seemed. Given that Phyllis and Sharon were abducted by this man, who is he and what is his objective? The twist of Sharon Newman and Phyllis Summers. Speaking of Phyllis and Sharon, they recently revealed something terrible. Sharon was informed by the captor that they were merely a test and that it was not personal. This raises the question of who this treatment is truly for if Sharon and Phyllis are merely test subjects. When he's finished, what will he do with the victims? Since he doesn't allow people to converse, Sharon and Phyllis are aware that they will most likely perish unless they can get out. Jack Abbott's disclosure. According to tomorrow's spoilers for The Young and the Restless, Jack will confess to Diane. This might have to do with Jack's thoughts about Alan and Tracy Abbott's engagement. Jack knew he had nothing to dislike about Alan and was fully supportive. On the other hand, Jack may sense something is strange. Jack may therefore tell Diane this. Would they happen to discover the terrible truth? March 13, 2025, Thursday. Additionally, fans will witness Victor Newman questioning Adam Newman. Victor will once more begin to doubt Adam's judgment. The reunion of Adam and Chelsea Lawson appears to have thrilled Victor. It must therefore be about someone or something else. Maybe Victor will ask Adam to retaliate against Jack by using the business. Adam previously refused, but Victor usually manages to get what he wants, so keep an eye out. What is the plot that you are most excited to see? Post your ideas in the space provided for comments below. Don't forget to keep watching the CBS or Paramount Plus soap opera to see what happens next. According to spoilers for The Young and the Restless, Claire Grace Newman and Holden Novak recently met. But there weren't any sparks at all. However, Sally Spectra is a character that could probably get along with Holden. Let's discuss what might transpire in Genoa City after you finish reading. The chance meeting with Claire Grace Newman. Claire was seated at the bar on Tuesday, March 11, 2025, when Holden approached her. In reality, Claire was anticipating Kyle Abbott. While on a date, Kyle was briefly separated from Summer Newman due to an emergency. Claire was drinking a martini as Kyle was with Harrison Abbott and Summer. At that point, Holden suggested she would want a Vesper instead. Kyle Abbott's interrupting behavior. Holden and Claire didn't talk much. Claire seems to be interested in and fascinated about Holden. Holden, meantime, behaved strangely when Kyle abruptly went back to his date. Holden and Kyle were introduced by Claire. Holden, however, shifted one chair out of the way in an attempt to blend in. Perhaps Holden simply thought Claire was unmarried and eager to socialize. In any event, there is conjecture that Claire and Holden may be romantically involved. Given the likelihood of SKYLE's reunion, Claire will require a new romantic partner. Although many fans are noticing connection between Claire and Holden, I didn't find it particularly compelling. Introduction of Audra Charles. According to teasers for The Young and the Restless, Holden might eventually date Claire, but he might possibly find someone else. Fans may remember when Holden first met Sally. I could actually envision these two together, despite the fact that it was extremely brief. The dangerous lifestyle of Holden Novak. It would be difficult to envision Claire and Holden together because of another factor. According to Audra Charles, Holden leads a dangerous and tense existence. Claire would undoubtedly be unable to cope with Holden's reckless lifestyle if someone like Audra was afraid of it. Is this Sally Spectra's new love? However, Audra never made it clear that Sally might be able to manage Holden's lifestyle. Sally is a tough woman as well, and she may be the one to subdue Holden. Holden and Sally could truly make a splash together, after all. Sally and Billy Abbott would not be nearly as fascinating as this. The Young and the Restless continues to deliver high-stakes drama, emotional revelations, and unexpected twists that keep fans on the edge of their seats. In the recap for Thursday, March 13th, the tension reaches new heights as Billy Abbott and Nick Newman stumble upon a chilling riddle that could hold the key to rescuing Sharon Newman and Phyllis Summers from their captor. The episode opens with Billy at his place, clicking on a mysterious link sent to his phone, which promises more information about the enigmatic Havenhurst Psychiatric Clinic. Instead, the link leads him to a haunting photo of Sharon and Phyllis in captivity, sending shockwaves through both Billy and Nick as they stare at the image in disbelief. The eerie nature of the situation deepens when Billy clicks another button at the bottom of the screen, revealing a cryptic message featuring a skull and a riddle: who will pay the price to save the life of the mind? This ominous clue sets the stage for a race against time as Nick and Billy, determined to rescue their loved ones, decide to head straight to Havenhurst without waiting for Chance Chancellor and the police. Their urgency underscores the gravity of the situation, as every second counts in their desperate bid to save Sharon and Phyllis. Meanwhile, in captivity, Sharon and Phyllis are far from passive victims. They devise a plan to outsmart their captor, attempting to pick the lock on their prison door. However, their efforts trigger an alarm, alerting them to the fact that their captor is always watching. Realizing that the kidnapper must have snuck in while they were sleeping to deliver the latest clue, Sharon suggests they take turns staying awake to catch their captor in the act. Phyllis, ever the pragmatist, proposes a more direct approach, finding and disabling the camera to force their captor to reveal themselves. While Sharon worries about the consequences of not playing by the captor's rules, Phyllis insists that obedience will only keep them trapped. In a rare moment of unity, the two women agree to work together, combining their strengths to disrupt their captor's surveillance and take control of their fate. This newfound alliance marks a turning point in their relationship as they move beyond their long-standing animosity to focus on survival. Back in Genoa City, the mood is decidedly lighter at Crimson Lights, where Jack Abbott and Diane Jenkins Abbott celebrate the joyous news of Tracy Abbott and Alan Lawrence's engagement. Their happiness is palpable as they gush over the couple's love story, a beacon of hope amidst the chaos unfolding elsewhere. However, the romantic bliss at the GCAC takes a darker turn when Alan, who is likely his twisted twin, Martin Laurent, presents Tracy with an engagement ring and begins discussing wedding plans. His eagerness to make Tracy his bride as soon as possible raises red flags, especially when his phone pings repeatedly with notifications related to the clinic drama. Despite the distractions, Alan remains focused on Tracy, insisting that he can't imagine his life without her. This chilling juxtaposition of romance and menace adds a layer of suspense to the storyline, leaving viewers to wonder about the true nature of Alan's intentions and the potential danger Tracy may be in. At the Newman Ranch, Adam Newman shares a heartfelt conversation with his father, Victor Newman, about the improvements in their relationship. Adam's optimism extends to his romantic life as well, as he predicts that things are moving in the right direction with Chelsea Lawson. Victor, ever the patriarch, expresses his approval, pleased to see his son finding happiness. Meanwhile, Chelsea confides in Chloe Mitchell over breakfast, admitting that while she and Adam aren't officially back together, they are headed in that direction. Chloe's surprising support for Chelsea's decision marks a significant shift in their dynamic, as she chooses to trust Chelsea's judgment rather than issuing warnings. Later, Adam and Chelsea share a tender moment, teasing each other about not blowing it as they navigate this new chapter in their relationship. Their rekindled romance offers a glimmer of hope and normalcy in a world fraught with danger and uncertainty. As the episode unfolds, the stakes continue to rise for Sharon and Phyllis, who realize that their captor's motives are far more sinister than they initially thought. The revelation that they are merely part of an experiment, with no personal vendetta against them, raises chilling questions about the true purpose of their ordeal. If they are just lab rats in a twisted game, what fate awaits them once the experiment is over? The grim reality that they may not survive unless they escape adds urgency to their efforts, as they work together to outwit their captor and reclaim their freedom. Meanwhile, Jack Abbott's growing unease about Alan Lawrence's true intentions leads him to confess his suspicions to Diane. While Jack has no concrete reason to distrust Alan, his gut feeling that something is off prompts him to share his concerns with Diane. This admission sets the stage for a potential investigation into Alan's past, as Jack and Diane may uncover the horrifying truth about his identity and motives. The possibility that Alan may not be who he claims to be adds another layer of intrigue to the storyline, as the Abbott family grapples with the potential danger posed by someone they once trusted. At the Newman Ranch, Victor Newman's interrogation of Adam takes a more serious tone as he questions his son's judgment. While Victor is pleased about Adam's reconciliation with Chelsea, his concerns likely revolve around Adam's role in the family business and his willingness to strike back at Jack Abbott. Victor's relentless pursuit of power and control often puts him at odds with his children, and Adam's refusal to comply with his father's demands may lead to further conflict. Victor's ability to manipulate those around him is a recurring theme in the series, and his interactions with Adam serve as a reminder of the complex dynamics within the Newman family. In another corner of Genoa City, Claire Grace Newman's chance encounter with Holden Novak sparks speculation about a potential romantic connection. While their initial meeting lacks the sizzling chemistry some fans had hoped for, the possibility of a future relationship remains open. Claire's current relationship with Kyle Abbott appears to be on shaky ground, especially as Summer Newman's emergencies continue to pull Kyle away. Holden's mysterious and risky lifestyle, as described by Audra Charles, adds an element of danger to his character, making him an intriguing potential partner for someone like Sally Spectra. Sally's resilience and strength make her a compelling match for Holden, and their potential romance could bring a new dynamic to the series. As the episode draws to a close, the various storylines converge, highlighting the interconnected lives of Genoa City's residents. From the high-stakes drama of Sharon and Phyllis's captivity to the romantic entanglements of Adam and Chelsea, the episode offers a rich tapestry of emotions and intrigue. The Young and the Restless continues to captivate audiences with its compelling characters, intricate plotlines, and unexpected twists, ensuring that fans will be eagerly tuning in to see what happens next. Whether it's the resolution of the kidnapping mystery, the evolution of Alan and Tracy's relationship, or the potential for new romances, the series promises to deliver more drama, suspense, and heartwarming moments in the episodes to come. Chelsea will tease Adam about not blowing it before they kiss after Adam learns that Chloe has blessed their reunion. Don't miss what's in store for Chelsea and Adam as they attempt to navigate this new chapter together, according to spoilers for The Young and the Restless. Here are the spoilers for Thursday, March 13, 2025's episode of The Young and the Restless. Fans can anticipate Jack Abbott confessing to Diane Jenkins Abbott in tomorrow's episode.